KNON 89.3 FM in Dallas and Fort Worth, the voice of the people.
Business owners, tell KNON's listeners about your business. You can put your business or event on KNON. KNON currently has space available to run announcements for you. Tell KNON's listeners about your goods, services, nightclub, concert, or event. Help keep the voice of the people on the air while putting your information on the air. KNON's been named the #1 radio station in Dallas by both the Dallas Observer and D Magazine. Put your business with Dallas's #1 station. Call now for more information at 214-828-9500, extension 227, or extension 233. For more information, go to KNON.org and click on the Run Spots on KNON page. It's a great way for your business to support community radio while letting more people know about you.
Good morning, it's the Workers' Beat. While you are getting your checkbook for the fund drive, KNON Fund Drive, for me and Bonnie Mathias, you can call 972-647-1893. And while you're getting your checkbook, I will let you know a little bit of the things that are coming up. Today is the first day for filing for public office in the 2014 Democratic primary.
That's right.
So you can start. Are you running for anything, Bonnie?
No, I'm not. But
your life?
Right. Greg Abbott and Wendy Davis. Wendy's already. I think she's going to do hers at 10:30. She's going to file at 10:30, and then Mr. Abbott is going to file at 12:30.
Are those public events that people?
Yes, I believe so, because he's got both of them have block walking after that.
Really?
So yeah, that should be interesting.
Okay, so this is the first day to file for office, November the 9th, and the last day is December the 9th. Now, if you want to file in the Democratic primary, you go to the Democratic Party office on Perry Street. I don't know what you do if you're a Republican. All Dallas County residents eligible for individual coverage under the new health care law can sign up on Sunday, November the 10th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Holy Cross Catholic Church out on Bonnie View, 4910 Bonnie View Road, Dallas, Texas. On November the 11th at 7:45 in the morning, the Texas Alliance for Retired Americans leaves for Waco.
Oh, that's
where
right.
I'll be there, where a press conference will take place against Congressman Bill Flores of Waco, who signed a letter saying, we should cut veterans' rights.
Aren't there a lot of veterans that live in Waco, in his district? A whole bunch.
It's where the Veterans Hospital is.
Okay.
And,
man, he's got some.
Well, he signed a letter, wanting to cut retirement benefits, which is what pretty much a lot of the right-wingers want to do. They think they want to steal the money that people have saved up in Social Security and all that. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do a press conference in Waco. We'll be at 10 o'clock in Waco, but you leave at 7:45 in the morning from the Kroger store on Highway 35 at the Pleasant Run exit. That's where we'll be at 7:45 Monday morning. Okay, now on Wednesday, North Texas Jobs with Justice invites members and friends to our monthly meeting, November the 13th, Wednesday, at 7 p.m. at 1408 North Washington Avenue. That's Bonnie's Union Hall.
Cool.
We will hear about the termination of hotel workers here in the Dallas area. They had a hotel. For a long time, it was the only hotel in Texas that was unionized.
Yep.
So they fired everybody.
The Sheraton Grand Hotel.
At the Sheraton Grand Hotel.
In Irving.
And so we're going to discuss what we're going to do about that. We're not going to lay down and die.
They fired all of them?
Yeah, they fired everybody.
Did they give them an opportunity to
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. They fired everybody to get rid. They're trying to get rid of the union.
Well, that
trying to hire everybody. We're going to fire you today, but we'll hire you tomorrow, and you're going out at $10, but you're coming back at $6.50.
Oh, kind of like that deal that.
The deal at my union. They're trying to do to my union.
Yeah, building the plant out in Red Oak, and you can apply for that job, but it doesn't pay as much.
Yeah.
And you have to drive to Red Oak.
Well, some of them live in Red Oak.
Oh
well. Anyway. They will also discuss Human Rights Day, and we're going to be talking about Human Rights Day here on this program as it comes up. December the 10th is International Human Rights Day, which means that there's a lot of aspects to that, and we'll be talking about that at the Job of Justice meeting Wednesday night at 7 o'clock at 1408 North Washington. Now, let me interrupt to give you the phone number
That's
again,
right.
because in case you forgot, you're supposed to call and make a pledge to KNON today. And when you make your pledge, make sure that the Workers Beat gets credit for it.
That's right. So
Now-
call at 972-647-1893
Right on, Bonnie.
or knon.org.
Okay, you can get online and do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the Organizing for Action. Organizing for Action has a bunch of upcoming events. I didn't copy them all because they go on for
Wow.
like a couple of months.
Wow.
But if you want to know what Organizing for Action is doing, you go to their website, which is pretty easy name to remember. It's www.barackobama.com. That's the website for Organizing
right.
for Action. And they have scheduled a whole bunch of stuff beginning Wednesday, November the 13th at 1:45 p.m. to 2:45 p.m. an Affordable Care Act press event with host Marcia Fishman at the Urban League, 4315 South Lancaster in Dallas. Whole bunch of stuff that they're doing. The problem with groups like this that come in from out of town is that they don't consult with the rest of us.
Right.
You know, they just call their actions, and you're supposed to come.
Right.
And they just run right over anybody else that might want to work with them.
And Texas Organizing Project has got the workshops with navigators. I believe it's every Thursday at different locations around the Metroplex.
You know where any of them are coming up?
Yeah, there's one coming up on Thursday. And folks, if you'll just take a look at it's organizingtexas.org.
That's the website.
Organized
Organizing
Texas.
Texas.
Organized Texas, sorry.
Organized Texas.
Organizedtexas.org.
Okay. Now, mark your calendars for November the 20th, too, because that's the Black Friday action at the Walmart store at 150 North Beckley in Lancaster, Texas. Join striking Walmart workers and show them that the community and labor is there in solidarity.
How'd last Saturday go?
What did we do last Saturday?
Did you go? Oh, no, you went to the...
I went to the one downtown.
On the grassy knoll.
On the grassy knoll. I don't know how the Walmart workers did out in Balk Springs last Saturday.
I don't know.
I wasn't able to get out there because it started at 10 o'clock.
Right.
And we were here.
We couldn't get out there, right.
But I went to the one on the grassy knoll because it started at 11 o'clock, and it was pretty good. The content was excellent, the speakers and everything, and the fact that they're putting together a coalition to oppose corruption in government and opposing the big money that is just buying every election. I have heard, and I don't know this for a fact, but I have heard that the recent school board race that Labor's candidate just lost involved an awful lot of money.
Awful lot.
And I also saw in the paper that big corporations are now putting their PAC money in little bitty municipal questions like whether or not Plano is going to serve wine, and little stuff that's not nationwide or statewide
but it
or
affects
anything.
their bottom line.
Yeah, the corporate money is intending to take over every election.
That's right.
And if people want to do something about it, they better start thinking it through, because in the school board race, I think the total turnout was less than 6%. I think it was like 5.99 or something like that. So you're going to get what you deserve if you aren't going to participate.
That's
if you're going
right.
to sit and wait and let the big money buy everything, then we're going to be in a downward spiral.
We're going to hell in a handbasket.
Well, one group that's opposing that and doing what we can is this program, Workers Beat.
That's right.
And that's why we are pleading for your support
Please.
to keep us on the air, 972-647-1893. If you don't believe that KNON will cancel a program, ask Jim Schutz, who used to come on right after us and had a fabulous program, very knowledgeable, but didn't raise the money, didn't get the people to call in. And if they don't call in, if they don't make the pledges, the program goes. That's only
right.
fair.
Yeah.
You can't blame KNON for it.
No,
It's
'cause
community radio.
That's right. And we have expenses here. And all of the DJs are volunteers, because I think we have, 4 employees maybe?
Four employees.
Yep, 4 employees. And let me tell you, they ain't driving Lexuses and Jaguars, okay?
They're not?
No. It costs $43,000 a month just to keep us on the air, because
Keep the radio station.
Right, and we have a nice signal. We have a good, clear signal. I can listen to the show or listen to KNON almost about West.
I think it is. I think it is honest and straightforward to say that this is the only radio show in this part of the world that is not bought out by corporate interests.
Right.
Because if you just listen to the other stations and listen to who advertises on them, who's paying the bills over there? It's Walmart, and it's other big corporations like that. So if you want to keep one station on the air that is not buckling under the corporate interest, please make a donation to KNON.
Because
let me give the number: 972-647-1893. Go ahead, Bonnie.
You know, Walmart they got a lot of control over what you're hearing on regular media locally. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of pull because they spend a lot of money in advertising.
Yeah.
And you can't have somebody come on a talk show or whatever and say something bad about Walmart.
Right. It's just like in the elections we were just talking about. Corporate America is taking over everything,
That's
and they have pretty well already taken over the media. They own pretty much all the TV stations, all all the newspapers, and just about all the radio stations.
Just not us.
But there's a very few like KNON that still exist that are still willing to say, go out and picket some of these corporations.
That's right.
Rather than just saying, well, aren't those corporations nice, and shouldn't you just lie down and let them do whatever they want to you?
No.
What do we got for?
We had some more of those Texas theater passes like you got last week.
I thought I got the only one.
No, we got another one.
Okay, so if somebody makes a donation, they get passes to the Texas Theater?
A $30 pledge gets a pair of tickets to the Texas
historic
Theater.
Texas Theater.
On Jefferson Boulevard. That's right. That's where Lee Harvey Oswald was captured.
Yeah, but it's also where they show a bunch of movies that just can't get shown somewhere else.
That's right. They have a lot of art films and
documentaries and foreign films. And old films that really need to be shown. So it's a cool thing.
There's the Oak Cliff, what is it? Right next
Film
door.
Festival, I guess.
No, there's a Oak Cliff Cultural Development Center that's right next door to Texas Theater, which is very cool.
I wasn't even aware of that.
Yeah.
And I live down there.
Yeah.
What you got in your hand?
This says Marjorie.
Marjorie's
on line 3.
Marjorie's on line 3.
Yes.
Good morning, Marjorie. Thanks for calling KNON.
Good morning, y'all. I wanted to let you know that I did go to the, I call it Walmart event last week. I caught a little bit of the corruption. I met him at Clyde Warren Park and tagged along for a little while, but about 40 people came out to the Salt Springs Walmart, and
that's pretty good.
We had several mini sermons, and including one from a Walmart worker, and a lot of people honked, and I think it was a positive event. I do know that there's going to, in addition to the protest on the 20th, there's also one scheduled for the 29th at the same Lancaster Walmart, and it'll also be at 5:30 p.m.
And that's Black Friday, right?
That's the actual Black Friday. So there's two events scheduled, the one that you mentioned on the 20th and also the one on the 29th.
That's where we're standing up for the Walmart workers, not for the Walmart Corporation.
Yep.
Right.
Organization United.
That's why I'm calling it Walmart. The one on the 29th is sponsored by Making Change at Walmart.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, I've looked at their site, too.
I wanted y'all to know about that. And there was a huge mix-up on the email. There's a training for those at the United Food and Commercial Workers Hall at 10 in the morning. But there's going to be another one at 6 because the time publicized was originally 6.
What day? What day, Marjorie?
Today.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
10 in the morning today at the United Food and Commercial Workers Hall, way up in North Dallas, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm going to go to the one later because that's what I'd originally planned. I really couldn't change my plans like 5 hours before it started.
I see. Well, this is good.
But
now tell me,
see,
Marjorie, which religion was it out there in Balk Springs? Because I know this was a religious event. They were out there praying for the Walmart workers. What religion were they?
Interdenominational.
Oh, all kinds of religions.
Well, I think they were all Christians, but different denominations.
I see.
And preachers and priests from various and sundry churches around town gave little mini sermons in support of the Walmart workers. And
that is wonderful.
One of the workers also gave one of his own lay sermon, you could call it. And so it was a very good event, and a lot of people saw us out there, and a lot of people honked, and a lot of enthusiasm. So I think it went really well, and hopefully these people will be coming to one or both of the either November 20th or 29th. And the 29th needs to be better publicized, which is why I posted it on Facebook like late last night when I got a chance. But we need to get some action going. I'm also aware of some kind of a march or event being planned for Saturday 16th at 2 p.m. against mainstream media.
Okay.
They haven't flashed out.
We ought to be in on that. Yeah. We got to go take a break, Marjorie.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks for calling.
For your pledge.
Okay. I don't have more details now, but we'll talk later.
Okay, right. Thanks.
972-647-1893. We'll be right back.
Something seemed kind of strange. My buddy Joe was missing. There's a machine sitting in his place. I turned around and I asked my boss, can you tell me what's this all about? Oh, he told me all right.
K&Win's Big Texas Blues Thanksgiving radio show is coming Thursday, November 28th. This is Blue Lisa, and I'm inviting you to be a part of this K&Win Thanksgiving tradition. Tickets are at knwin.org. Doors open at 8:30 a.m., and we go on the air live at 9 a.m. We'll have live music from the Reverend K.M. Williams, Holland K. Smith, K&Win's own Greg Smith performing with J. Mack, James Hinkle, and Jackie Don Lowe. Alligator Cafe will serve the Chef Ivan Thanksgiving Special. Hurry and get your tickets. Seating is limited. It's a very special holiday live broadcast event in the K&Win Live Music Studio. It's a great way to start your Thanksgiving day with your friends from Community Radio and the Dallas Blues community. This Thanksgiving morning at K&Win, 5353 Maple Avenue in Dallas. Tickets available now at knwin.org or 214-237-3003. This is a K&Win benefit event.
K&Win presents the Hang Dogs Revisited Friday, November 22nd in the K&Win Live Music Studio. Matthew Grimm, the founding member and songwriter from the legendary Hang Dogs, will perform an all-request set of your favorite Hang Dogs songs. Opening up the show will be Ronnie Fox. We'll have free pizza from Mamma Mia's Italian restaurant, and this is a BYOB event. Tickets are limited. Doors open at 7 p.m. and the music begins at 8 p.m. Tickets are available at knwin.org. All-request Hang Dogs night with the founder of the Hang Dogs, Matthew Grimm, Friday, November 22nd in the K&Win Live Music Room. Opening the show will be Ronnie Foss. We'll have free pizza and it's BYOB. This is a K&Win benefit event. Tickets at knwin.org. This is BP and I'll see you there.
This is Blue Lisa from KNON 89.3 FM. If you like what you're hearing and you want to help support great community radio, pick up the phone and call to make your pledge. 972-647-1893, 972-647-1893.
It's a hard working day, and Friday I'll get my pay.
That's right.
Saturday morning.
There you go.
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
That's when
Here
we
are.
come in.
That's right.
When he's not so tired anymore and he's getting ready to go out on the strand to play.
That's right.
That's Fats Domino, and we are on the Workers Beat, Bonnie Mathias and
that's
Gene
right.
Lantz, trying to get you to make a pledge to 972-647-1893 and keep us on the air.
And
What you
I
got?
have a $30 gift certificate for a $50 pledge to Spiral Diner and Bakery, and that's a vegan cafe.
And it's pretty good. It's pretty good eating too.
That's what I've heard. I heard it's really good.
It's kind of a leisurely place. Don't go running in there thinking you're going to order a hamburger and get out in 5 minutes. You
Everything's
have to
cooked to order. And
it's all cooked to order. And so for $50 pledge, you get to go to the Spiral Diner.
Right.
That's worth it.
A $30 gift certificate, a bumper sticker, and a program schedule.
And you can say you had a vegan dinner too.
That's right.
Because where else are you going to get one? There's a place. They've got another place in Fort Worth, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
But so if Spiral Diner is it. If you want to eat out and eat vegan,
Wow.
I think it's Spiral Diner. So send $50 or call us at 972-647-1893 or get on your computer and go to knon.org.
And you can pick your gifts online too.
Yeah, and you press make a donation.
And make
now this
sure-
is the tricky part though. You have to say that the Workers' Beat is your favorite program.
Show. Yeah. Favorite
Because
show.
otherwise we won't get credit for it,
That's right.
and somebody else will get credit. They'll survive and we won't.
That's right, and we don't want that to happen.
Got
That
any
would be
other
awful.
premiums, Bonnie?
I
Anything
do,
else
man.
people can get?
I got football jerseys. I've got custom football jerseys, which are in Cowboys colors. So that's pretty cool. So they'll put your name on it, and it'll have KNON on it. Mm-hmm. And that's a $175 pledge.
Okay.
And that's a custom football jersey. That's pretty cool.
If Walmart calls and makes $1 million pledge, how many football jerseys would they get? We would have to calculate that.
I'd have to get.
But
my
they could get a lot of
calculator.
football
A lot.
jerseys
They
if they
could.
called and made $1 million pledge to KNON. That doesn't mean we're going to stop announcing picket lines at the Walmart
no.
stores.
That's right. No, we have a regular Cowboys style football jersey. It's not the custom one, and it's a $125 pledge.
What about the hoodie?
Oh, we
The
got
black
that.
hoodie. I wore
We
my
do.
black hoodie today. I don't have it on right now because it's too hot. But
Well,
it was
yep,
very
that's
nice
right.
this morning coming in on my bicycle to have that
Oh, yeah.
nice warm hoodie.
And you didn't look too.
It's very comforting.
You didn't look too menacing or anything, did
No,
you?
I didn't have the top up.
Oh, okay.
When the top is down, I just look like an ordinary person.
Right.
It's like being a superhero.
Yeah.
Because I put the top up, and all of a sudden I'm scary and menacing.
Yeah.
And somebody might shoot me.
Right. So you should be careful.
Yeah.
It's a $75 pledge. You can get one of those. I see. We still have them. They're really nice. I love
They are.
them.
They're really very,
Very warm.
very comforting.
warm.
You know, they just kind of
Yeah.
surround you, you know, and cuddle you.
Pretty, beautiful. I think it's azalea pink. Is that what it is?
Is that the women's shirt?
Yeah, the pink one.
I'm proud of KNON for putting out a
I
women's
know,
shirt.
me too.
You don't see a lot of women's shirt in the movement.
No, you
People
don't.
buy men's shirt and say, "Well, here, everybody wear that."
Yeah, we like to have some lady things going on. Trying to find out.
I think it's
there,
fuchsia.
no,
Is that fuchsia?
No, I think they got a special name for it.
Lilac.
Is it azalea pink? Okay, there azalea pink. So that's a bright pink.
It's pretty sexy.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Hey, speaking of sexy,
972.
you can talk to Nell if you call in, and you know she's pretty special. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that's true. When you call in, try to get Nell.
Yeah.
You might get Doc, but try to get
Try
Nell.
to get Nell. Ask for Nell.
972-647-1893. Now I'm going to say that in my Marilyn Monroe voice. 972-647-1893.
You better keep
Call
your
me
day
sometime.
job. You better keep your day job.
I'm not going to make it. 972-647-1893. Anyway, call, make a pledge. And if you're just so shy that you won't even get on the computer and make a pledge, you can just send your money.
Yeah.
And here's the address. You write the check and put on down the lower left-hand corner, you put Workers Beat. Don't put Workers Beat up there where it says Pay To. At Pay To, you put KNON. Down in the lower left-hand corner where it says Info, you put Workers Beat, and you send it to KNON, 5353 Maple Avenue, Suite 200. Should I spell Suite for them? Or no, we got a classy audience. They can spell
they can
Suite.
spell Suite.
5353 Maple Avenue, Suite 200, Dallas, Texas, 75235.
And the Texas Theater tickets are gone.
Uh-oh, somebody grabbed them?
Somebody got those tickets. Yeah, Gene got some last week.
I grabbed them last week
Yeah.
because I like the Texas Theater.
Exactly.
I think it's important
it's a
to
cool place.
Yeah, movies. It's not as true of movies as it is the media, but it's very true that corporations run the movies that the corporations like.
Yeah.
And the Texas Theater runs the movies that they like.
Yeah, they play a lot of
There's a guy or two that
flicks.
owns that.
Yeah,
and
two guys, I think. And they're also the ones that developed the Oak Cliff Art Institute right there next door.
Mm-hmm.
It's phenomenal. I mean, they have kids in there that are doing dancing and cheer, and they got artists and sculptures. It's very, very interesting.
You can rent the Texas Theater too.
Yes, you can.
We rented it for Labor Day last year.
Yeah, on
or
August
this year.
31st. That was great. Except it was 109. But that's okay.
972-647-1893 to make a pledge.
And we're
keep
getting,
us on the air.
We're getting closer. We have to reach our pledge of $114,000 before we can end.
Yeah, and this program has to raise $1,000.
Right, right. And we've raised as of I don't know when $44,275. So we're getting there.
It's
we're
pretty
getting
good.
there.
The amount that was spent on the school board race last Tuesday would cover us, would take care of us, I think.
Really?
Or pretty well take care of us.
Wow.
Now that was spent to buy a seat
that you
for
don't
7
get
months.
paid for.
It's a volunteer seat that they don't get paid for, and it was only 7 months because they have to run for that seat again in May.
And people yell at you. I mean, really.
Were you out campaigning? I was out campaigning all day, and it kept threatening to rain, But it is true, and I'll assert this. It hardly ever rains on me. So there were a couple of times where I had to get my umbrella, but it hardly, everybody kept expecting it to rain through Election Day, and it just didn't, or not in the park, where I was pushing cards.
It was a decent day.
It was a decent day, and a lousy turnout anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Groovy Gus. Groovy Gus, that's the guy that got the tickets. Thank
we're
you,
thanking
sir.
him.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Groovy Gus sounds like one of the DJs on this.
I know,
station.
right? It could be. Who knows? Maybe he listens to the Workers Beat. Thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
And
and I still got some more stuff. I've got these the Spiral Diner and Bakery gift certificate.
The Spiral Diner is close to Texas Theater.
It is.
If you had both of them,
you could go
made $100 donation.
You could go.
You could go to the Spiral Diner and eat, and then go down the street to the Texas Theater.
That's right.
And have a lovely evening.
So Groovy Gus,
that's really
if you
not
want
the worst thing I ever heard of.
Get that, you could do that. It's $50, and you get a $30 gift certificate, a bumper sticker, and a program schedule. And I'll tell you, that's the first bumper sticker that went on my new car.
What, Spiral Diner?
No.
Knon.
That's right. First bumper sticker that I put on my new car.
You have a new car?
I got it in February. It's pretty new.
972-647-1893. Send a lot of money, and I'll get a new car.
There you go.
Like Bonnie.
How you going to get a new car?
Well, they're not.
I know. How did I get one, right? I don't have a job.
Bonnie and I have a plan. If we raise $1 million on this particular go-round on this thing, we're going to ask for salaries.
That's right. That's right.
972-647-1893. Help Bonnie and Jean get salaries at Knon. We would be the only ones.
That's right. Let's just start with keeping us on the air.
We would be the only ones because all the hosts of all the programs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all of them are working for nothing.
That's right.
Just
all
to
volunteers.
Just to keep this program going, or keep this station going.
Yeah,
and keep on speaking up for the voice of the people.
That's right. That's pretty special. And the shows that stay on the air are the ones that you pledge to.
Yeah, they're the ones that can prove that somebody's listening
That's
and
right.
that somebody cares.
And we're one of 3 talk shows left on Knon. So let's keep that rocking and rolling, shall we?
And we're also very, very accurate because right before us, they were playing the former agricultural commissioner of Texas, and he said the unemployment rate had gone down to 7.2. That was last month. It went down to 7.2. This month, it went back up to 7.3. So we're being pinpoint accuracy on the Workers Beat program. They claim, not only do they claim that they got 200 and something thousand jobs last month, but that they revised the previous month upward 60,000. So they're claiming that they got quite a few jobs. But even at this rate, it would take 5 years just to get back to where we were at the beginning of 2008. It would take 5 years just to get back to there. And back there wasn't really all that great.
No.
Great unemployment is 4%.
Yeah.
That means that's just the people that are changing jobs or they're in between jobs and maybe taking a couple of weeks off or something like that. That's 4%. You get up over 4%, you're talking human misery.
Yep.
Terrible human misery. So,
the one thing that they don't report when they talk about how the jobs have grown and, 204,000 jobs, tell me what kind of jobs they were.
yeah, because jobs are getting lousier and lousier.
Are they minimum wage jobs? Are they $10 an hour jobs? What are they?
It's been sneaking up on us a long time ago. Years ago, this may sound kind of esoteric, but years ago, in my particular union, when we got a raise, everybody got a raise, and the entry rate got a raise. Somewhere in 92, I think it was, 93, we took a contract where the entry rate stayed the same. Everybody that was working there got a raise, but they began to hire people cheaper. Well, naturally, they started wanting to get rid of the older people and bring in the newer people because they were bringing them in at a lower rate.
That's right.
And that has just crept up on us. And so the gap between people that are hiring in and people that have been there for a while is just humongous.
Yep.
And there's a lot of resentment, a lot of divisions within the union over it. It's a bad thing. Got another?
Yeah, Rick Griffin. Thank you very much, Rick. We appreciate that.
Didn't want to be on the air, but he made a
made a pledge. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you. 972-647-1893. If you're shy and you don't want to talk to Sexy Nell,
I want to know if Rick tried to date Nell when he called.
You think? I don't know. I don't know.
Somebody got her on there now, and
Rick's got you got to
she's
talk
smiling.
to Nell. She's smiling. We got okay.
I really want to know how this is working out.
I know it's working out good for us. I don't know about Nell, but
972-647-1893. Let's is this a guy?
This is Kathy.
Oh, this is a female.
Kathy.
Okay. Good morning, Kathy. Thanks for calling KNON.
Yes, good morning. My comment was, and you all may have covered this before, but it's very curious to me how our legislators and our federal legislators in particular, but in most cases states as well, are more interested in advancing legislation to protect the unborn as opposed to legislation to protect the already born here, vital, and needing support.
Right.
And I applaud your attempt at redirecting the conversation because that's the most important thing. It's who's here right now,
that's right.
Who needs the help, who needs a job, and can support their family as opposed to the potential for life, which we don't know what God has in store for that fetus.
That's right.
So someone's already here, and we already know it is obvious what it is that they need and what support can be provided and what kinds of things we need to do. And that's, I think sometimes that frustrates me because it seems as if they want to distract us from what they really need to be doing for something that we know and they too know that they really have no business being involved in.
Amen. Amen.
Kathy, that's brilliant. And
Kathy,
she also
right.
made a pledge to KNON.
Thank you, Kathy. It's
fabulous.
true because they got it. They're saying, "Hey, look over here. Look, don't pay any attention to that over there. Look over here. This is what's important."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we know what's important.
The same people that with these right-wing ideas are also trying to cut the children's education.
Right.
And they did last Friday cut the supplemental nutrition program so that children won't have enough to eat.
Right.
So they go on and on about moralistic stuff. Hey, look over here.
Yep.
But meanwhile, they're cutting the children's livelihoods right out from under them.
Well, and I've said this for a long time. They're pro-birth. They are not pro-life.
And here is the fine line with that. Okay, they make the moralistic stand, just like you said, but then they turn right around and they do an immoral thing by removing any regulation for companies keeping jobs here and taking jobs overseas, so that even though they don't want folks to be on public assistance, they don't give them any alternative in terms of a job because the job just went to Mexico or the job just went to India.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are they supposed to do?
Or Kathy, in some instances, those jobs are staying in the United States. They're
They
going
just
to
won't pay you anything.
they're going to call centers in Little Rock, Arkansas, and Denver, Colorado, and Tucker, Georgia, that are paying $8-10 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So the person that was making $22 an hour doing that job, they don't have, they're laid off, and the folks out in some little podunk call center are making the money.
Kathy,
$10 an hour.
I'm so glad Kathy called 972-647-1893 and made a pledge.
Thank you, Kathy.
Because KNON is going to stay on the air, we hope. At least we're working on it.
Thanks, Kathy. Have a great weekend.
And Workers Beat will be on it.
That's right.
If we do okay on the pledge drive.
We thank Rick. We thank Groovy Gus. We still have the Spiral Diner Bakery.
Yeah,
I didn't realize it was a bakery, too. That's pretty cool. Diner and bakery.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's funny because people think because it's vegan that everything there is going to be really good for you, but they also sell some overwhelming pastries.
It says all items on their menu are 100% vegan.
Yeah, they are vegan.
No meat.
But that don't mean
milk,
they're not fattening.
Right. Oh well, duh.
Sugar is vegan.
Sugar, right? Yeah.
You can put sugar on stuff and still be a vegan.
No meat, milk, eggs, honey, casein, etc.
Casein.
Casein.
That's
I don't know what that
milk
is.
product.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
972-647-1893. KNON loves it when you call. It's community radio. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Deborah.
Tell you all a story that's close to me. A worker who's leaning on a bended knee, soiled and tattered in search of relief, fighting for some unspoken belief. Heard the story, John Henry Brown.
iPad Air Pledge Drive Contest is on right now. Call 972-647-1893 and make your pledge to automatically be entered to win. The iPad Air just came out November 1st. It weighs just 1 pound, is 20% thinner than all other iPads, and has a 9.7-inch screen display. You have less than 1 week to make your pledge and be automatically entered. Drawing takes place on November 9th at 12:01 p.m. All contest rules available at knon.org. Contest ends November 9th. Call 972-647-1893. Support the voice of the people and be automatically entered for your chance to win.
Community radio provides the kind of programming you won't find anywhere else on the dial. Nowhere else can you find such a variety of formats and personalities in North Texas as KNON. But this is only possible through the support of our listeners. KNON depends on listener support to stay on the air. Now is the time for you to help keep this show on the air. This pledge drive will continue until the station reaches its goal. If you're waiting out the pledge drive, you might be waiting out the existence of this show on KNON too. So don't wait for someone else to do it. Without the support of the people like you, there wouldn't be any community radio on the air in North Texas. So take a few minutes and make a pledge. 972-647-1893. That's 972-647-1893.
What am I gonna do?
We're back on the Workers Beat, and we're still begging for your money.
We still want your money. Thank you so much, Deborah, and everybody else who's pledged today. And Kathy, thanks for calling in.
Deborah's with Move On. Is that the one?
Yes, Deborah Beltran. That's right. She's with Move On.
We need to get them on the show sometime.
I know.
One of the things they're working on is the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which is a so-called free trade so-called agreement.
It's not.
I call it globalization.
Yeah.
It's something that the corporations do that overrides your laws.
Yep.
I mean, you may or may not like your laws. It's true. But at
they
least
are
they're
there.
your laws. You know, they came about through a long democratic process in this nation where you had a certain amount of say-so, you had a little bit of vote and that sort of thing. At least they're your laws. They're not just laws that the corporations themselves made up, which is what they do in these so-called free trade so-called agreements.
And this one is really, it's bad because it's on this fast track program
which is undemocratic.
Yeah, it's undemocratic. Congress doesn't vote on it. I mean, they get nothing.
No, they do vote on it.
Well,
they don't get to
vote,
discuss it.
And
And they don't get to amend it.
Yeah,
It just has
so
to go
it's-
through on the fast track.
And that's
it's up or down.
And that would be the corporations fast track, not the people's fast track. I guarantee that.
Now, last election, we really got to get this in. last election was the first election since voter suppression was implemented, and everybody's trying to figure out what the effect of it was. The New York Times says that the number of provisional ballots cast in 2013 more than doubled from 2011. So that would indicate that voter suppression is having a pretty profound effect. But it's hard to tell, and both sides are claiming, their side.
Yeah.
The thing that they cannot measure is how many people stayed home to begin with, because they said, there's a big fuss about this, and so I'm just not going to take a chance. I'm not going to go in and take a chance on being humiliated at the polls and told that I can't vote. Even Jim Wright, the former Speaker of the House, the granddaddy of Texas politics, could not get his voter ID the first time that he tried to get it.
And Wendy Davis had to sign an affidavit
to vote.
Because
and so did Greg Abbott.
So did Greg Abbott, which I think that's so funny.
They both had trouble with it, and if it hadn't have been for Wendy Davis's amendment, she made an amendment to the original Republican-sponsored bill. The amendment was that if your photo ID doesn't exactly match your voter registration card, then you can sign up. You can fill out an affidavit and then go ahead and vote.
Yeah.
If it hadn't have been for her amendment, Greg Abbott would not have been able to vote in this election.
And this is his baby.
And he was one of the ones sponsoring it.
Big author.
Yeah. So it was a terrible thing that voter suppression is underway, and it is a good thing that Congressman Mark Vesey and others are fighting it in court. So we haven't heard the last of this yet.
No.
But voter suppression is part of our lives in Texas as of this moment, and going into 2014, where it may make a great and very significant difference.
We need to thank another person for calling to pledge. That's Kathy. Thank you so much. We appreciate that very much.
And she was pretty smart too. She came in with some really good ideas.
I mean, that's great, and we like it when
you
our
can call even
calls.
if you're dumb. Even if you're dumb, you can call.
Like
they let me in.
I know they let
me
us
and Bonnie
talk,
sit here.
972-647-1893. That's the number here in the studio. I hope you'll give us a call and give us a pledge. We got cool gifts. We still got that vegan cafe, the Spiral Cafe. We still have that. That's a $50 pledge.
You're kind of obsessing on that one.
I am. I know. I should probably buy that.
There's a lot of stuff
right?
people could get. There's hats, T-shirts, coffee cups, coffee.
This azalea pink women's T-shirt, long sleeved, is gorgeous. I love it. That's really pretty. I already have a hoodie.
Does it say KNON on it?
It does. It says KNON, Voice of the People, Dallas on the front, and it's really pretty.
Okay. Unemployment insurance extensions are likely to expire, and here's how much that will cost us in jobs. 310,000 jobs in 2014 will be lost if they fail to extend unemployment insurance, and that's according to the Economic Policy Institute.
That's horrible.
Also from them, guess what the corporations are trying to take away now? Sick leave. They're trying to get, in states where the corporate bosses are in control, and they're pretty much in control everywhere, but in places where they're further to the right, the worst ones, like Texas, they are pushing to take away sick leave. A lot of workers don't have sick leave to begin with.
That's right.
If your baby is dying, or if you're dying,
if you're sick, you have to go to work.
You have to go to work or face getting fired, and that's the case with most American workers.
And it's really,
some of us have sick leave.
And you have to think about this. Most of these people who don't have sick leave are service employees. Okay? So if they're sick, you hear about restaurants reporting, hey, we had an outbreak of hepatitis. Well, you made the guy come to work because he's sick.
Right.
So, I mean,
somebody's sneezing in your soup.
Right.
It's because they didn't have sick leave.
That's right. And so folks, we have to think about this big picture here.
There's this group called ALEC that writes legislation for the worst of the state governments, like Texas.
They are horrible.
And I'm sure they're behind this push to get rid of sick leave. For the few people who have sick leave, they want to take it away.
I think and I've said this for a long time, they don't want to govern. The right wing does not want to govern.
They want to destroy.
They want to rule.
Mm-hmm.
They want to rule. They want this to be all them, and we'll be the serfs, basically.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have a horrible caste system if we allow this to continue.
They had a veterans thing out at the Veterans Center. North Texas Care Systems partnered with Homeless Veteran Services of Dallas, and they hosted a Dallas Homeless Veteran Stand Down event on Friday. 600 veterans they were expecting to attend. They estimated that 12% of the homeless are veterans. John is online?
John's on line one. Good morning,
Good deal.
John.
Let's put John on. Good morning, John. Thanks for calling KNON.
Yes, good morning. I've been listening to the show. I'm a Democrat, but I'm going to tell you why I'm in favor of voter ID.
Shoot.
In my precinct, it's one of the most corrupt precincts I've ever seen. I've lived in this precinct many years, and I've actually been walking out of the polling area before and heard people talking about how they voted for their grandmother or something. And, if you just have a voter registration card, you can walk in and there's no way to know if that person has voted before or not. So I'm for voter ID. I've seen the corruption. I've seen it happen, and I'm totally for it.
Yeah, but John, that's not what the law covers. They do have a way of knowing if you voted before because they check your name off when you vote. What voter ID claims is that somebody who is not the person with the card, that someone is pretending to be a voter and is not a voter. And they kind of infer that it's undocumented workers, although they can't find that there ever was one. Now, I'm not denying that there's corruption at the polls. I think John is absolutely right about that. Most of it is in voting by mail. But the law doesn't cover that. What the law covers is imposters, which they have almost no record of anybody ever having done that. Go ahead, John.
There's no way for them to find it out. But anyway, I'm just expressing my opinion.
Sure.
I enjoy your show.
Thank you.
I'll keep listening.
Thank you so much, John.
Okay, bye-bye.
We have some really smart people calling us today and filling in. That's the beauty of community radio. We would like to think, Bonnie and I would like to think that we're right about everything. But the truth is that
we're not.
If somebody doesn't call in, and make it and straighten it all out, you never get a point of view that's not mine and Bonnie's. And me and Bonnie shake hands all the time because we agree on just about everything.
Pretty much.
So we appreciate so much when somebody calls in to KNON, the voice of the people, and particularly when they call in today, 972-647-1893. This is the program where you get to say those things.
That's right.
And this is the program where we look at things from the point of view of working people. There's another thing about elections that I think is kind of interesting, especially because it applies to you, Bonnie, that the Attorney General is trying to stop the navigators. The people who are trying to help people get health care, he wants new restrictions on who they are and what they can do.
What is wrong with this man? Is he just pure evil?
They will do anything to slow down or hurt or back up health care. And they act so concerned about it. They say, I just want this to be right. But they've done everything they could to destroy it from the very beginning. They've been everything that's bad about the health care law that we have, and it's not all good. No, everything that's bad was put in as a compromise because of these guys who just did not want health care, did not want people to have health care to begin with. And Texas could have, with a stroke of a pen, they could have given health care insurance to another million, I think it's 1.4 million people through Medicaid program. Yeah. And this was going to be fully funded by the federal government. They didn't do it.
Years.
They didn't do it. They didn't do it because they don't want people to have health care. And let's face it, when they come up with all these arguments about, this or that, we don't like the navigators. We don't think the navigators have had enough testing or something like that. All they're doing is trying to stop it.
And they're trying, I went online this past week and I enrolled. Now, I was not able to look deeply at the plans. Unfortunately, that part of the site wasn't up. But I did find out that our insurance is going to cost us between $600 and $900 a month. And now my husband and I, we both work, so we're not going to get any subsidies. We don't want subsidies. I just want insurance. But Cobra, through what will soon be my employer, is probably $1,600 a month, $1,600 to $1,800 a month. So for half of that or less, my husband and I will have health care until my company, my employer-provided benefits kick in after I've worked there for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I encourage all people that if you are going to work for a company where you have a waiting period before you can get insurance, go on the Affordable Care Act website, healthcare.gov,
and get it now.
And get it now.
Mhm.
That way, come January 1, you'll have insurance.
Uh-huh.
And okay, so you only need it for 4 or 5 months. Don't go without it, because you don't know what's going to happen.
That's the whole point of insurance, isn't it?
Duh. Well, it's like car insurance. You have to pay car insurance. And in my opinion, health insurance is no different. You should have to pay for that as well.
Call us at 972-647-1893. We're only going to be on the air a couple of more minutes, but even if we're not on the air, you can still call 972-647-1893, make a pledge, and put Workers Beat on it.
That's right.
Or you can get on the knon.org on the website and press make a donation, and then when you do, lie and tell them that the Workers Beat is your favorite program. That way we'll get credit for it. Or just send the money. It's 5353 Maple and Suite 200. 5353 Maple Avenue, Suite 200, Dallas, Texas 75235. We got several nice pledges today. And it's very
Thank
good.
you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
I get a list of important dates in labor history, and here's one that I really did not want to miss. On November the 8th of 1933, President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a candidate heavily supported by labor, announced plans for the Civil Works Administration to create 4 million additional jobs for the unemployed. The workers ultimately laid 12 million feet of sewer pipe and built or made substantial improvements to 255,000 miles of roads, 40,000 schools, 3,700 playgrounds, and nearly 1,000 airports, not to mention 250,000 outhouses, still badly needed in rural,
back then, of course.
If you didn't have
because-
outhouses in those days, you were very likely to get diseases.
Yeah.
So they built
Yeah.
250,000 outhouses.
Wow.
That's a great accomplishment.
Really
And that
is.
was done on November the 8th of 1933 by Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
We didn't have porta potties back then.
Mhm.
Okay?
I wish they would create some jobs now.
Wouldn't that be great?
I cannot figure out why it is that the federal government is spending all this money to buy bonds, which helps the stock market and the bond market, to be sure.
But it's not helping us.
But they could have spent the same amount of money on poor people, and those poor people would have got that money out and spent it, and the economy would have benefited all the way through. So why don't we have a jobs program? Well, I know why. The reason why is because certain people are against it in Congress, and a
We
bill
could
like
have had
that could not pass.
but it should have. I mean, that's what's so sad.
Mhm.
We have these obstructionists, and I don't know what they think.
Right.
I can't figure it out. My husband says, well, you should watch Fox News and you should watch, so you can figure it out. I can't do it. I can't listen to it because it's lies.
It is hard to watch someone that's deliberately prevaricating. 972-647-1893 to call, make a pledge, keep the Workers Beat on the air. They will cancel this program. Don't forget for a minute that they will. If you don't believe it, just ask Jim Schutz, who should be standing in the doorway right now waiting to start his very intelligent program that was adding a lot of light to the information base in Dallas, but he had to be canceled because he simply couldn't prove that people were listening and that they cared. If you don't care, you're going to get pretty much what you deserve. And
that's not necessarily what you want to hear.
Believe me, the corporations do care.
Yep.
They're willing to spend tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, just on a simple school board race. Just imagine how much they're going to spend on a state rep or on a governor's race or something like that. So the corporations are buying you out and taking your rights, and if you don't do something about it, we're going to get what we deserve.
That's right. So you need to listen to this program.
People
Pledge.
will. I predict all these dire things, but really I don't believe them.
I know, because he's Mr. Gloom.
Well,
Gloom.
I believe that people are going to wake up. I really do.
I do too, Gene.
When I say if you don't wake up, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they are going to wake up.
I think they're waking up every day.
Because I'm
do.
sort of semi woke up,
Oh, I'm thoroughly awake. I got this. I am. Yeah, y'all are get up, get out, get involved, man.
It has been proven and documented that I'm just not that smart.
Oh, that's
and yet I'm sort of semi woke up. So you can be too, and everybody else can be too.
That's right.
It's not. Political action is not rocket science.
Mm-mm.
It's just work. The best advice I ever got in my life was when I was asking this guy about political action, and he said, "It's just work." All of it. It's just work.
Right.
972-647-1893 or knon.org. Please keep us on the air.
Yes, please. We had a great day today. Thank you.
Please keep the workers' view on the air.
Yeah.
And
don't
we don't
forget-
have to be here for you to make
That's
that pledge or for you to get on knon.org. We'll be back next week. I'm not so sure about the week after that. This is Gene Lantz with Bonnie Mathias telling you goodbye and thanks.
KNON 89.3 FM in Dallas and Fort Worth, the voice of the people.
Business owners, tell KNON's listeners about your business. You can put your business or event on KNON. KNON currently has space available to run announcements for you. Tell KNON's listeners about your goods, services, nightclub, concert, or event. Help keep the voice of the people on the air while putting your information on the air. KNON's been named the #1 radio station in Dallas by both the Dallas Observer and D Magazine. Put your business with Dallas's #1 station. Call now for more information at 214-828-9500, extension 227, or extension 233. For more information, go to knon.org and click on the Run Spots on KNON page. It's a great way for your business to support community radio while letting more people know about you.